Hello everyone, hello. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves transitioned over to some KI today. Alright. Hello! It's been a while. I know it may be a surprise that we're starting some KI today. It's been a long time since I've come back to this game. Especially with the releases of a lot of new fighting games, I've been pretty much pulled away from this game almost entirely. However, I wanted to come back and continue on with our Shadow Lord's journey, which has been a long time. I think it's been months since I've been back on this game, and more importantly, back on Shadow Lords. So I'm excited to get through more of the single player content and try to take down Gargos eventually. So let's jump right into it. Okie doke. Right. These are the three characters I'm rocking right now: Mira, Jago, and Tusk, which is pretty good. I know how to use all three of them pretty well. Vaguely remember how to use Mira. I don't remember how to use her that much. I remember how to use Jago and Tusk just fine. Nice thing with Tusk is I don't have to worry about him ever dying, technically. Just gotta heal him. Right now, I can only pick two. I really need to do this one, I think. But before I do that, actually... yeah. I can only pick Mira, can I? Yeah, I have to pick Mira. She's currently got the bat one, which returns damage as health. It has been a while since I've played this game, so I might be a little rusty. Factory door likely contains plenty of useful scraps you can salvage, but unfortunately the warehouse doors have been bolted from the inside. You can try to force the door open, but the resulting noise may draw more mimics to the scene. I'm gonna say don't risk it this time around. I only can deal with one enemy at a time right now, and I really need to keep Mira healthy, since I don't remember how to use her that much. You decided to play it safe and abandon the prospects of additional supplies. You must focus on your mission. Fight on.
Have you confessed your sins?
That's right, I gotta keep this thing over here. Yep. Damn, I don't remember what her bite was again. What was the bite move again? How do you do the bite? I forgot which one it was. Raise command. It's down to back. Down to back kick. That's what it was. Not good. There we go. Get some of my health back. Fuck me. Not good, not good, not good. Okay. In a bad position right now. What happens when you're rusty at the game? Just trying to keep them trapped right now. You gotta be shitting me, dude. Trubs. I'm in a lot of trubs here. Come on. Oh, come on. That sucks. The rust is showing. The rust is definitely showing. That's fine. I can always revive her later. Oh, that sucks. That totally backfired too. Alright, well, I don't got much of a choice but to end my turn. Alright, got new crafting pieces available at the Emporium. Really don't have much other choices, okay. South America. Oh, shiitake. Shiitake. Schwams. I'm thinking let's probably stick with the vampire bat one for now, and go with no consumables. The major component of the reason why right now is that I'm not comfortable with the game again, so I'm probably going to lose. And so if I am going to lose, I want to save as much of my resources up until I get comfortable with the game again. But the big question here is, do the astral gems or do the astral energy? In the gems. On your way to the mission in the Caribbean, a local woman approaches you and offers to sell you a treasure map, which she assures you for a low price. You're not entirely certain she's trustworthy. Let's try it. I did get something. Okay. Turns out the woman was telling the truth. A large iron chest stands before you, guarded by your target mimic. Got it. So if I beat Fulgor, I get the chest.
Fight on.
It's been going smoothly. How about you? It's great to see you in the stream. I hope everything's going smoothly. Doing a little bit of Shadow Lords, and it's been some time since I played this game, so I gotta kind of shake off the rust. Luckily, Jago is still something I can remember how to play. Easy peasy. Sucks. That's a dick move. Fine. Just trying to get more of my health back, but there we go. Well, I was going to go talk to my friend's old teacher who works for Funimation and get some voice acting advice. We decided against it. Why would you not get advice from them? Seems like it's an opportune moment, honestly. What made you just make that decision? Personally, I would definitely would have gone, but it's your call at the end of the day. So Gargos, which be a bit of a fight. Since I use Tusk. Yeah, less than half health. if this is the right call or not. Arrives in 1 turn. Try it out. I'm just looking to practice some moves so we can get some astral gems out of it. Let's wait your 50.
Fight on.
Eons have tempered my blade.
Ready. Fight. Awesome combo. Awesome combo.
Damn.
Ready. Fight. Triple. Flash swirl. Ready. Fight. Beastly combo. Combo breaker. Danger extreme.
Woof. That went smoothly. Oh shit. You did say you will talk to him about. Is there any way to find any voice acting jobs for me to take on? Okay. Makes sense. I'd always say that getting any kind of advice from anyone that's in the field is always like golden opportunities. See if I can get this under control. If I remember correctly, Oben's supposed to be pretty fucking hard. So maybe going at it with Jago might be a mistake, but I want to give it a shot anyways. Blockable moves. 13 seconds, I think that's worth it. How do you activate these again? I forgot. I think you had to hit like the select button. It's kind of weird. All right.
Fight on. Ready. Fight.
Not a bad start. Fucking dick. Yes. That's one round down. Dickhead. Oh, he shut down my shadow moves. Fuck yeah. Damn, that's the first time I beat Omen. Shit. Nice. Most out of this too.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Trying to do better and pressing on. I hear ya. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like to me that you're doing great, honestly. If you're back on the horse and trying to keep working at it, you're doing everything right.
Gargos has lost one of his powers.
Gargos.
It's the omen that failed him.
Is that what he's doing when he opened up that portal? Is he punching the fucking omen that failed? Huh? Grandpa Go-Go? What's Grandpa Go-Go got to do with this? No. Grandpa Gargos? Shadow Lab Rogue. Wonder. There's something about Shadow Labs, so I wonder what that's supposed to mean exactly. I think given the circumstances, I might want to recover my team a little bit here. I have 10%. Nothing. So for 3 turns, you get to start with full instinct meter, which I might want to do that, maybe. 3 turns damage done is increased. Which I'm gonna do with this one right off the bat. Same thing with him. 2 turns. There's health at the end of a turn. Do that one. You feel like you've been pretty negative towards yourself a lot, and that's a common thing that people struggle with. Obviously, it's easy to beat up on ourselves. It's a lot harder to be, you know, more positive thinking and to, you know, be supportive of oneself. So we all struggle with it. It's not to minimize what you struggle with at all, but it's something that you're not alone in. We all kind of struggle with the same thing, and it's a lot easier to, you know, let go of things than it is to keep pressing on and trying to achieve what we want for ourselves. So I definitely feel it for you, man, but you're doing great. Just keep at it. I can't remember, how do I get the Guardians back up again? Is it the Emporiums that I go to? Can't remember.
I've got the cure for what ails you.
It's the crafting shit, right? Yeah. Which we got plenty of these good thingies. There we go, Guardians, there we go. There's the Ram one. Restores 20% of damage, returns as health. So if I feed the Guardian, what does it mean by transmute exactly? Oh, you can just like straight up transfer it into something else.
The Vampire Bat's vampirism ability allows you to convert damage into health, shadow, or instinct. Perform an ender on your opponent to activate vampirism. Deal damage to them to siphon their resources.
Okay, you just slowly get a little bit back. Okay. Give him Vampires. I think that should be fine. We are Vampires. A shadow of Shin Hatsuko beckons you towards it. You approaches cautiously. Tusk, emissary of the Alliance. Gargos has promised the Shadow Fighters great power if they agree to fight alongside his army of mimics. But I wonder, can the Alliance make us a better offer? How's this for an offer? You punch them? That's a hilarious option. I don't think I entirely trust these guys. Pearl energy though. Let's try it. Let's take the risk. See how this pans out. I thought you'd be interested in such an arrangement. Now defeat me in battle and I will share my power with yours. Guess you have to first defeat him.
Fight on.
Well, it's a battle of swords and I got a bigger one.
Ready. Fight.
I see your sword is not as big as mine. It might be. Yes. Did I not escape that? Holy shit, the damage! I can't remember how exactly to... Okay, there we go. Oof. At least got all that health back a little bit. Ooh. Funny, Tusk got the shit kicked out of him quite a bit there.
Death comes to all. Except me.
Except me. Death comes to all except moi. Moi. Matter. I got some more origin shit. That was an epic fight. I'm glad I'm on your side now. As promised, you can see my power, use my power however you see fit. You can ask the Shadow Lord to send you its power, or decrease global corruption. That's kind of nice. Shadow power do exactly? Forgot what that does, but I'm gonna decrease corruption, please. Corruption is reduced across the globe. Thank you. Didn't do that much though. Did something, I guess. I think we're better off just resting. Eye of Gurgos. It's the only option I got, huh? I think I'm gonna throw everything I got at him. I do really need to win this. Boy! 2025, we are getting a new anime called the Sakimoto Days. Is it like based on the name Sakimoto, it kind of reminds me, is like a zombie apocalypse style kind of thing, or like post-apocalyptic? Is it kind of what it's supposed to be focused on?
Fight on.
All right, Omen, time to put you down. Just a dead. Erg. You just an asshole. Yo. I don't know if I even get any of that health back for being able to pull off that kind of combo at all. There we go. Nice. Fucking A, though, man, those kicks are impossible to deal with. What is the deal with that? Like, he looks like he goes in some kind of parry stance. Shit. Get chunk of my health off. Oh no, I need to stop trying that. Oh, that was cutting it close.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Literally, I had 5% of my health left. That's all I had left. Gargos, I took down one of your other minions. Alright. That's a problem. I think the best thing for me to do right now is probably... See here, I've got an actual mission here, but it's considered very hard. I'm not ready for that. It's about a legendary assassin who gets married and has a family and he gains a lot of weight. Sounds like a comedy. Don't get me wrong, he may have gained weight, but he's still able to fight like an assassin after all. It's like, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It's like John Wick, except if John Wick got fat. John Wick let himself go. It's kind of funny. We're gonna skip this turn because I need my characters to recover badly. This will at least put 2 of my guys in like full recovery states. The Vein of Gargos. Let's try this. Put Tusk in the front. I'm gonna put Jago in the second, and we're gonna start with that as my team for now. I think I probably should be able to beat him with Tusk. We'll see soon enough.
Fight on.
Risky going for this, I know that. Yep. Oh shit. Come on, man, that's such a fucking annoying fucking move. Best guy, I'm struggling to remember how to use you all the way. Man, that's a light. Damn, okay. Didn't pull shit off there. Whoa, that is a crazy looking move. Holy shit. Well, Tusk is down, unfortunately. That definitely puts me on my back foot. Alright, well, let's see if Jago can carry me the rest of the way. I'm definitely much more comfortable with him than I am with any other character right now. Shit. These bosses are no joke here, man. He's a lot harder compared to the other Omen. Come on, that's not cool. Missed the timing. Okay. This can swing either way now. Damn, that sucks. No, 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 no. Not when it's this close. Oh my god, that was cutting it close. Why did it bounce like that? That's kind of fucked.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
I probably did the uppercut one. That's probably the reason why. It's fine. At least both of them are alive with 1% health. Whew. Got a skeleton key. What the hell's a skeleton keys for? At least that's another debuff that's been applied. There's already a teaser trailer out for it. Huh, no kidding. No kidding. Alright, we'll skip this turn. So all that would be left now are the other two powers of Gargos now at this point. Hanra's now got some more craftabilities. Go ahead and look at some buffs real quick. Thinking what I'm gonna do is need something for healing. Go ahead and throw one on here for you. Let's throw one on here for you, Israel. Where is it? There should be another 50% around here somewhere. Maybe it's rare. Yeah, there we go. As for you, you must get something for health or damage, I'm thinking. Shadow recovery might be better, actually. Thinking about it. I'm gonna do damage instead. Whoa, wombs. I gotta be selective about the choices that I'm making this time around. Shadow Rogue. Too bad I can't deploy you. That would be nice, honestly. I can't remember, what does Ram do exactly again? Has a psychic breaker, holds a total of 3, recharges after taking 36 damage. So I can break anytime, basically. That's right. Okie doke. Cannot deploy you. So you shall go on your own. A shadow of Orchid stands alongside a group of mimics. The mimics flee as you approach, but the shadow stands firm. Shadow Orchid responds with, "If it is not the notorious Mira, those mimics told me all about you. You think you can take me? Don't trust the Gargos' minion, Shadow." So I got 3 options. Bring it on. I am not your enemy. Don't trust Gargos' minions. My instinct is going with the bottom choice. It's always a gamble. It's always a risk. It's always like, you know, I'm pretty sure it's randomized every time, considering it is like a roguelike. So meaning it's always randomized to a certain degree. So my instincts are telling me the bottom one. Yeah, they told me you'd say that. Truth is, I don't trust mimics as far as I can throw them. But the question is, how far can I throw you? Okay, so that wasn't the right response. All right.
Fight on. Ready. Fight. Combo breaker.
Damn, that is fast. There we go, get some of that health back. Okay, still alive. Getting health lead, or slight health lead. Come on, where did my follow-up come from? Throwing my health back, thank you very much. Damn, that fucking thing straight baited me. That was totally gonna walk up and throw me. Get out of this. Dude, piss off. That's right. Fuck me. Woof. At least we won. Treasure box.
Your life, my plaything.
Can I get some water? Yeah. Before the landing, the finishing blow, the shadow waves his arm and surrender. Wait, please, the true shadow fighter doesn't care about Gargos or his war. And it's only those who have taken the Umbra who have become corrupted. Let the good shadow join the alliance and fight alongside you instead. Let it go, I get an unknown reward, or I can destroy and get guaranteed shadow points. I'm gonna destroy it and get the points. You've seen enough destruction and terror caused by the shadow fighters to know better that they can be trusted. The world's better off without them. So they say. Did Gargos arrive? He did arrive. 3 regions have been lost to corruption, and the Shadow Lord has gained a final power upon its arrival, which is just a health regen. Okay. This is it. This is the final boss, and the difficulty is impossible! I get one shot at it. So I'm gonna put Mira up to full health. He's been stripped of almost all of his power but one, so he is beatable. Go ahead and use this. So for now, let's do a couple of buffs. Second, did I accidentally do that? I think I accidentally selected this, didn't I? That's fine. You can do this, I believe in you. Let's hope I can. Bring your opponent's shadow meter. Gain an instant 50%. Let's do a damage increase while I'm at it. As far as you go. Daily damage and potential increased damage goes up. Okay. As far as she goes, full shadow meter right off the bat. 10% chance of doing 10% critical damage. I'm not exactly sure what critical damage does, but okay. Take 10% less damage. Let's do that. Alright, I think we're pretty stacked for the final boss. Oh, no. Hang on a second here. I forgot about the damn Guardians. Guardians need buffing here. So, I'm going to throw at least... Let's go ahead and throw a little bit of astral energy here. Throw a little bit of astral energy here. And then throw one for the lion, since that's the most expensive one. Rage activates automatically at specific threshold. Damage and defense increases as your health decreases. Alright. Alright, this is it. Let's see if I can pull it off. This might be the end of the game for me. I might very well beat the Shadow Lords. But I still have the harder difficulty to get through later down the road. Still have the hard mode to get through. Who to do? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna start with Mira because she's the character I'm weakest with. Give her a consumable. Let's go. Gains unblockable for 15%. Let's give him a consumable, a common maybe. Full instincts and double instinct duration, which I don't know how to use his all the way to its full potential yet. So I'm not gonna do that. So let's go ahead and give him quick regen. And instead, I'm gonna give her Vampire Bat, and I'm gonna give him Ram. And then I'm going to give Lion to Jago instead. Jago's kind of my last line of defense, so I need him to have like an epic, I think. Immune to combo breakers, halves the shadow meter costs as well. Full instincts, double instinct duration. Geez, these are really strong. Gain invulnerability. Prevents the opponent from gaining shadow meter. Increases attack damage by 30% for 15 seconds. I have to make that 15 seconds count though. Immune to combo breakers and half shadow meter costs. Let's do this one. Pickled rodent brain. Alright, this is it. I have no idea if I'm gonna win this. I think the odds are probably gonna be in my favor because I've got a pretty decent build. But I've never fought Gargoyles before, so. The end of days is here. Defeat the Shadow Lord and save humanity. Maybe I should stack a little bit, something a little bit stronger. Maybe stack another epic on here, I'm thinking. So here's the thing, I might want to save those for the harder difficulty when I eventually decide to jump on the hard difficulty. Let's do it. One shot.
Aria informs you that the corruption of Gargos has covered the world. A permanent portal has opened to the astral plane. Because of your efforts against Omen, you have weakened the Shadow Lord. Now seize this opportunity and destroy him.
So basically, I've only got one thing to worry about, which is his lungs and heart. It's the lungs and the heart I gotta deal with. But he does have a 30% damage increase. He has slightly more health.
Fight on.
Final boss. The final boss. It's the final boss.
To your god.
Nope. New enemy power.
Ready. Fight. Extreme power.
Dickhead. Not good, not good, not good, not good. What is that move? Oh my god, man, I can't tell what the hell's going on.
Extreme combo. Ready. Fight.
I forgot how her combinations work. Oh, he has complete armor, doesn't he? Dude, those fucking minions are a problem. Jesus. Okay, at least we did some damage, but not nearly enough, honestly. But Mira is definitely my weakest character right now that I've learned. So I might have a better shot with Tusk. I should have a better shot with Tusk. I'm surprised that we're actually having such a long, in-depth conversation here. I would kill you simply to never hear that hideous laughter again. It's actually kind of a funny remark that Tusk made there, but okay. Damn, that was a lot of damage there. Why am I forgetting how to do that? That's kind of fucked that you can instantly summon both minions like that at once. Ah, I keep forgetting the combinations. Fuck me. What was that? I didn't even recognize what that animation was. I'm panicking right now. Dude, I don't know what the fuck this guy is doing. Oh, this is my last shot here. Fuck me. Oh my god. I don't know shit about Gargos at all. I don't know anything about what he's capable of. Fucking A. And those minions are like overwhelming on the field. Oh, this is it. Now, redemption, I will cleanse my soul with your death. My little monk, so good to see you come back. Prepare to kiss my feet. Alright, this is it. There it is. Hell is that? What is he doing? Yes, I cannot approach him with an instinct. Dude, this zoning is fucking bonkers, man. Holy shit. Come on, he's so close to going down, man. Oh, I got him, I think. Oh, wait, did he heal himself, the little shit? I can't see where he is. Oh, no, 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 no. Do not kill me. Do not fucking kill me. I do not recognize any of these fucking animations. Okay. Oh my god, I survived! I can't believe I fucking survived.
I'm afraid your path.
I probably wanted to survive if I hadn't used that item, that rage item. I probably would have fucking died. That with the Guardian compounded together was able to let me fucking kill him. Literally, I had 1% left. That was it. That was it. I was gonna fucking lose. Oh my god. Oof, let's go. Oh my god. Right now, I'm just kind of... Oh my god, I'm just stressed out because I legit thought I was gonna lose. I literally thought, like, after all that, I was gonna lose. Why is this screenshot? Gargos is nothing but a memory now of evil and hatred.
You have defeated the Shadow Lord. Gargos' body cannot contain the life forces that he stole from the other Shadow Lords. They fly from him, seeking new bodies to inhabit. Embrace the Shadow energy, for you have earned it.
Fight continues. You have bested Gargos and saved the world. Now you are the Shadow Lord. Collect Guardians, unlock Mimics, skins, and dossiers. Play other Shadow Lord players online. Oh, so I can literally become someone else's Shadow Lord in other games. Shit. It's kind of cool. That's the power of never giving up. No doubt about that. I'm actually surprised I actually pulled it off. You're about to exit the Shadow Lord's materials, and Guardians will carry over, making you more powerful next time around. Nice! So we've beaten Shadow Lords. That's the end of the Shadow Lords campaign. However, we did beat it on, I think, normal. There is still challenging, I think, and then godlike. So let's work our way up then. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that I got around to finishing. I didn't realize I was already like gonna finish the game. I know that like this was supposed to be short campaign, but there's a lot of replayability with it. That's pretty fun.
Explains that the arrival of Gargos is imminent. As his corruption spreads, the barrier between worlds weakens, allowing his omens to reach Earth and secure the gateways for his arrival. Arya tells you to work with Kanra to track down powerful items and guardians to make yourself stronger. These will help aid you in your battles against mimics and ultimately, the Shadow Lord. You must defeat him, or the Earth will be destroyed. Remember to make yourself stronger. Gargos will arrive no matter what you do, but you can prepare yourself for his arrival.
You're enjoying Kaiju number 8? Pretty good so far. Is that another anime? Just this for now. Conrad has requested your presence at his temple. Your journey through the sands, arrive at Conrad's sanctuary, only to discover him under attack by a mimic. Let's wait and see what happens. Suppose we may as well protect him. What's it about then? Obviously, with the name Kaiju, it suggests the idea that it has something to do with Kaijus. Finally, you've arrived. Quickly dispatch the minions of Gargos. Don't let it take back the Titan's soul. Thieves! The Titan soul belongs to the great Shadow Lord Gargos. Return at once.
Fight on.
Now, it's mine. It's me. Bitch, please. It's heavy. Shit, I missed the timing. Damn, the fucking cheetahs getting on the screen are really like throwing my eyes off. Really? Okay, still alive. Wow, this fucking thing Shao counted the shit out of me. Damn, this is obnoxiously annoying. Woo. This difficulty is madness. I lost at the very beginning of the game. This is a big spike difficulty. Holy shit. Challenging is no joke.
One step closer to flushing out Ultra Tech.
A good fight though. This fucking AI kicked the shit out of me. What's surprising to me is how good the AI is in this game, because it fights like it legit feels like I'm fighting a human being. There are times where it gets cheesed out by a couple of things, but a lot of times it does feel like I'm fighting a legit human being. AI in this game is very impressive. How hard is godlike then? You get a Jade Jago. That's kind of funny. Kind of like that. I like the gold most, I think.
Aria
Yeah, I'm well aware, are you? You can suck my nut. Deploy him, huh? Oh, come along. Is that a light? Okay. Wow, that's a fucked ability. What was that? I don't even know. I just saw it there. Alright, let's try to get some health back here. I swear I hit instinct, but okay. How'd that stop? I think that's it, right? Okay.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Supreme victory!
Alright. Mimic Sandra drops to the earth from the portal, afterwards watching you dispatch its brethren. Attempting to flee, it is able to escape. If she is able to escape, she will be free to spread Gargos' corruption. Let's attack the Mimic. Destroy the Mimic. You can't let her escape. You launch an attack at her, but she is prepared and parries your attack. Manages to get a few good swipes in on you. Oh shit, I guessed wrong and I took more damage now. Shit. Made a bad gamble there. I made a mistake. Bad choices. Start with this one then. Let's do deploy. I'll take less damage overall if I do a deploy. You stand before the large wooden door on the monastery. The ancient stone walls have withered many storms, and yet ivy still clings to them, refusing to die. The door is open. A hooded monk approaches and requests an offering. I don't know if this was a good call. I gained health back, and I got some spirit core. The monk recognizes you as a valiant warrior of order and peace, happily accepts your offering, and before he offers you some tea, with each sip you feel your worries wash away, and a calm aura envelops you. So I got some health back at least. It was the right call. Able to reduce some corruption while I was at it. Conrad's got more shit for me to purchase. It's a good spot to take a look at the archives real quick and learn some more lore shit. Characters. Don't have that many dossiers for Jago overall, which is kind of surprising to me. Alright, well, let's look at what we got here. Jago's father was an American named Jacob and a member of the elite SEAL Team 6. While deployed in Pakistan, Jacob met and fell in love with an aid worker who vanished under mysterious circumstances with their newborn by the name of Jago. It's a weird name to give a kid. I'm not gonna lie. Jago's a strange name. Especially when you're looking at an American name like Jacob. Guess they just wanted to keep the J, you know, letter as a reoccurring theme, I guess. Glacier. Glacius's species has the ability to easily adapt to environments and turns local resources from any world into a native form of defense and attack, allowing them to freely move from planet to planet. That's why he's shaped like ice and water. He's literally replicating his body to mimic that of the environment around him. Okay. Sandra's origins. When Sandra was a teenager, she was recruited by the female insurgent group known as Red Eyes of Rayli. She gladly joined her order and quickly rose up the ranks due to her innate ferocity. Okay. After murdering the leader of the insurgent group, Sandra took her former master's amulet, a golden spider. This relic burrowed into Sandra's chest and melded with her heart, giving her dark powers. So she wasn't really just a vampire, I think. I think that she was like infected by this thing that's on her chest. Arya became aware of the assassin Sandra through her intelligence network and retained the wily killer for a massive sum of money. The AI sent Sandra on many covert missions, including stealing tech from alien Glacius's crash ship. Okay. In clear moments when insanity on his ancient bane isn't fully in control, Spinal remembers snippets of his previous existence before he was cursed, when he was human, feared, and rich. As a final act of penance for trying to murder his king, Spinal was forced to bury himself. He was forced to bury himself alive, while his flesh melted away. Spinal's skeleton remained, and even when the mask of the ancients was removed from his searing and smoking skull, there yet persisted a will and a force that moved the bones, however feeble it might be. That's a shitty way to go out. Hang on a second, is that? So we're 6 then. Oh, that's how this is all organized. Okay. As punishment for his rebellion against the king of Babylon, so he was a servant underneath the king of Babylon, okay. Spinal was shackled to a powerful artifact of control, the Mask of Ancients. This accursed veil turned Spinal into an unthinking arm of the king's will. After being reduced to nothing, the bones as punishment for treason, Spinal slowly regained control of his cursed remains. Able to once again exert a will of his own frame, a skeleton knitted together through ghostly sinew. Thousands of years, Spinal had wandered the oceans and seas, seeking fruitlessly for the Mask of Ancients, scouring the wrecks of ships for any trace of this magic relic that holds his undead bones together, yet keeps him in endless torments. He's trying to end his life so that way he can die. That's what's going on with him. Arya came in possession of the Mask of Ancients, the relic that Spinal sought to free himself from his undead state. But once he had won the relic from Arya, he discovered that the properties were impotent. He forever would be trapped in this hated state, so basically there's no way out for him. He's forever going to be stuck in a undead state. He missed his window to end it all. Easy. There's so much lore here too. Fuck. Here we go. We got some of Arbiter's story here. It's just only 2 of them. Okay. The Sangheili, or elites as they are known by humans, are a proud noble race of Sangrian bipedal bipeds hailing from the distant world of Sanghelios. From the century, the Sangheili were a military backbone of the Covenant, a theocratic alien alliance driven to reclaim the wonders and technologies left by the enigmatic Forerunners. Central among these sacred relics are an array of ring worlds collectively known as the Halo. Objects that the Covenant's leadership promised would usher the faithful into godhood through a divine sublimation they call the Great Journey, which we know in the Halo universe is a fucking lie! Throughout the ages, the title of Arbiter has meant many things to the Sangheili people. The legendary judge kings that beget songs of gain and glory, to a terrible honor placed upon fallen heroes fighting to reclaim dignity through death. In these uncertain times, Sangheili of countless affiliations, titles, and roles are now fighting to find a new purpose and recapture the Arbiter's ancient authority. What opportunities and challenges that these new leaders will face remains to be seen. The only certainty is the fierce and noble tendency in which they rise to meet them. They be a Caledon leader, a Kadon leader, Ranger commander, or Zealot killer. Interesting. Fun little lore bits. This is the Nexus one I'm closest to. Okay. New shit here.
Arya informs you that the corruption of
Okay. One gives you basically just the lore bits are all that's left. What's my next move here? I'm gonna have to do this one myself. If I go at it with 62% chance of failing, it's not gonna end out very well for me, so I need to beat him on the first attempt.
Fight on. Ready. Fight.
Fucking dickhead. There we go, big damage. Go, big damage. Good start, but this can turn against me really quickly now. My follow-up, damn. That sucks. I swear, I'm doing follow-ups, but it's just not registering sometimes. Whoa, that was scary. Okay, at least I was able to keep myself at 50% health, so I only lost 12% in that battle. That big fucking spider in the background, not a big fan of that.
Afraid your path ends here.
Awesome victory.
A local approaches you after the battle, brandishing an old-looking cooked meat on a stick. He offers you in thanks for aiding the village. Consume the strange meat. Eat with the villager. Decline the offer. So here's the thing, if I consume the strange meat, it's a risk. But I think it's better for me to do it. I'll probably get a buff. I think the odds are in my favor here. Corruption has decreased, and I was able to gain some items from it. You chewed the meat politely, feigning the sensation and be able to taste the food. The villager is happy to see that you enjoyed his cooking and sends you off with some on the road. We got some new ingredients, plus I was able to reduce some of the corruption. It was the right call. I got Conrad's request and a rogue lab. I got 50% health right now. What's the best way to go about this? Let's do Conrad's request. I think I can win with 50%. I think I can pull it off. Protect Conrad. So she's only got 90% health. Move. Go big health drop. Hit. At least I got the buff. Cut it close.
I'm afraid your path ends here.
That mouth coming out like that is straight out of fucking It. Fool, mere mortals cannot contain the Titan's shell. Its power. It will devour us all. Anra. Swiftly done and just in time. You see, I've recently, shall we say, acquired a particular relic, the Titan Soul. It seems that Gargos' underlings are keen on taking it back from me. You say acquired. Oh, what is the relic? With the Titan Soul, I summon a powerful weapon to aid the Alliance, but first, you must retrieve the remaining artifacts of the Shattered Titan from the Knights of Gargos, powerful mimics who guard the Titan's tomb. New missions that have been unlocked, and I've obtained information about the Titan's Soul.
Gargos draws his godlike power from the astral plane, but outside of his own realm, he is mortal. The spread of corruption transforms the earth to feed Gargos' power. As this corruption spreads, so does the Shadow Lord's power increase. His army of omens guards the portals that feed his power to the earth. They are honored to bear a portion of his glorious might to this new domain.
I have to get through 7 of these in order to get the Titan's hand. Kind of fucking bonkers, honestly.
I have some fine specimens for sale, friend.
Get 8 scrolls of restore. One life ember. Full instinct and double duration. I got a fuck ton of these by the looks of it. Attacks do full damage on block. Holy shit, you take the full damage even on block? Three turns melee damage does a 25% potential damage. Three turns take 25% less damage. That's pretty good. Generates health, shadow, and instinct meter until hit. Gains unblockable attacks and prevents the opponents from getting shadow meter.
It slices, it dices. So, oh yes.
Grab a couple of those.
Excellent specimen.
Increases the attack.
All
Gains full. Generates shadow meter for an entire match.
An ancient recipe. Does
Potential
it
damage to
seem
increase that up.
dry in here?
Five turns the opponent drains attacks drains their own shadow meter. That's kind of nice. Five for 5 turns? That's really good now I'm thinking about it actually. Gains unblockable for an extended period of time.
Still fresh.
Full instinct and double instinct duration. I can get a whole bunch of these.
Turned out well.
Take a look here. So I've got a lot of currency that I can still be purchasing right now between the KI coins and the other coins that I've got. The astral coins. I don't know how I got that many KI coins. I wonder if this is something to do with the anniversary edition, maybe. Okay, so I might have actually got all that from beating the game. Get 1 Lion Guardian. Holy shit. Do I have a Lion Guardian? I don't recall. Epic Guardian, so I can buy a couple new Guardians. There's a Ram. Lord Guardian. Oh, it's the thing from Halo. I forgot what they call it. The Oracle or the Monitor, I think it's called. Bat Guardian. Ram. Get a couple 2,500. I think it's worth it.
The Fractured Ward generates armor that allows you to absorb an opponent's attack while taking less damage.
That's really
Each
good.
match starts with at least 1 stack of armor. Additional stacks of armor regenerate over time.
Nice. That's really good. Get this owl pack while I'm at it too. Starts with 7 feral
The Owl's
dashes.
Feral Dash allows you to go through your opponent by performing a forward dash. Feral dashes can also be performed after an attack hits or is blocked by the opponent. Each match starts with at least 1 feral dash. Additional charges regenerate over time.
Jeez. Imagine if that was in the base game, how fucking bonkers people would be able to do with all the cross-ups they could do. Rare bat. Block breaker.
The Watcher's Block Breaker allows you to counter an opponent with a catapulting attack. Press Light Punch and Light Kick simultaneously while blocking to perform a block breaker.
It's
This
basically a
ability
blowback
regenerates
move.
over time.
Does it do any damage? I don't think it does. Just put space between you and them. Exemplar.
The Exemplar's parry.
That's
allows
what
you
I
to
was seeing
avoid attacks
before.
by pressing forward right before getting hit. Parries award bonus health, shadow, and instinct. Opponents are vulnerable to attacks after being parried. Parries regenerate over time.
I realized when I was fighting Omen in my previous playthrough on the normal difficulty that when I fought Omen one of the times, he was constantly parrying me. I was like, that looks like something totally different. And that's what it was. He had the Exemplar Guardian, and I was wondering how he was pulling it off. It's an exclusive here. 1 Crimson, limited time offer. Fuck yeah, let's get it. Block breaker starts with 5 block breakers. Okay. A skeleton key plus potions of restoration. Bunch of materials. It looks like some pretty good materials actually. I think I'm gonna go with this. God here. Then access to some of those things. Party member for 3 turns. If the targeted party member dies on a mission, they will return to HQ with grave injuries, but they will be alive. Herb scroll of healing. Scroll of healing. Got it. 66 is not bad. I can work with 66. Then what I can do is probably give him like a nanobot that heals, right? Oh. That's kind of how all these buffs work then, in tandem together. Alright, War Room. Let's do the Titan's Hand. Prevents opponent from getting Shadow Meter. This one gets you unblockable for 15 seconds. Full Instinct and Double Duration Instinct. Let's definitely do that. So Crimson is like a totally different thing. Starts with 5 block breakers. Generates every 5 seconds. Holy shit, you get a big buff though. 65% on damage and defense? My goodness. Okay. Use the bat one, kind of get our health up a little bit. Figure stands before an ancient crypt. To the naked eye, it looks like any other mimic, but there is an aura about it that's just something more. Challenger, approach me and answer. For what purpose do you seek to reassemble the Shattered Titan? Save a world to attain great power, to silence my enemies. Let's try great power. And you think the Titan will grant you this power? You're either foolish or naive. The Titan's power is too great for the likes of you to wield. However, if it's power you seek, then power I will show you. Enemy has become more powerful. Okay. You think? Yeah. Blah 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 blah. I'm fucking kidding. Shit. Okay. Health lead right now, but I really need to get more health back. Nice.
I'm afraid your
I would
path
love
ends here.
to see another fighting game implement this like game mode into another fighting game. This whole mode is super fun. Like, it's really fun. I find it so enjoyable. It adds like just enough like RPG elements to be engaging because there's like a lot of decision making that needs to be going on. Like, I would love to see like a AAA version of this someday. So be it. The remnant of Titans is yours now. Time for me to return to my master and suffer for the penalty of my failure. As you will soon enough. The Knight of Gargos disappears into a crackle of shadow energy. Behind the spot where it stood is a pedestal upon which rests the shadow or the stone effigy of a colossal petrified hand. Take the stone hand, place the Titan soul upon the hand. You touch the Titan soul to the effigy, and for a moment the stone's hands begins to shimmer as the spirit core forms upon the hand's palm. However, separated from the other fragments, the Titan's hand is unable to sustain its power, and shimmering glow of the hand quickly fades. A new quest marker, learn some new information, and I'm able to get a Titan hand out of it, along with some extra shit. The flesh of Gargos is on the field. Bonds of a yeoman has reached 50%. Really need another companion, I think. Do this one real quick. Start with automatically parries incoming attacks. Start with 5 parries. Breaker. Shadow of Gargos stands aside a group of mimics. The mimics flee as you approach, but the shadow stands firm. If it isn't the notorious Jago, the mimics have told me all about you. You think you can take me? Is a Shadow of Gargos really? Not your enemy, Shadow. So I know that this one didn't work, so let's try. I'm gonna try this. Bring it on, Shadow. You'll regret facing off against the Shadow. Okay. So I didn't lose anything out of it, but I was hoping maybe I could dissuade him, or at least get a buff. It's got a huge health pool, though. There we go, big damage, let's go. This is someone's actual AI, too. Yo, half health down. This is someone I ended up downloading online when I fought against them. I love the whole like AI like downloading thing. damage. Nice, I didn't take any damage at all.
I'm afraid your path.
I'm surprised that this map doesn't like glitch out because of that giant spider moving in the background like that. I'm amazed this like the frame rate here stays stable in this particular map. Well, that Gargos was a major pushover. Got some shadow points. I don't remember exactly what the shadow points are for. Must be like crafted like a really high tier like item. You have contained the shadow of Gargos. What will you do with it? Send it to the shadow lamps to get astral gems, which I think that... Let's get more points. I don't know exactly what the points are for yet. These creatures were never meant to exist. We destroyed it and got some points out of it. South America! South America. I'm not even sure if I can win any of these right now, honestly. It's just me, my lonesome with Jago, honestly. I forgot, what does the lungs of Gargos do again? Flesh of Gargos significantly increases the amount of health Gargos has. All the veins drains instincts after landing an attack, allowing him to stone skin more frequently. Allows him to deal a massive amount of potential damage from his attacks. Okay. The lungs are still one I don't know much about. Go find out. I don't know if I'll win this fight considering that I am straight up just using Jago. So I'm gonna gamble it all here. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose against this boss. I'm woefully unprepared. I don't have any other teammates to rely on, so I think it's just best to reduce the risk of losing. If I can pull it off, that'd be great. But I don't think that's likely gonna happen. That's a lights. It's annoying. Oh damn, I wasn't ready for that. It's a light. I tried to heavy that one. I just get confused. Okay, big damage. Still competitive fight right now. Okay, still got a chance. You're clever. Come on, this fucking boss. Big damage there. Wow, what a fucking dick. That's a medium. No! I had a feeling I was gonna lose. I put up a hell of a fight against this boss. I had a feeling. Alright. Mission failed. Definitely much more challenging on this difficulty. Much more challenging. Alright. I think that's a good spot to take a break. We're gonna hop back off this stream for now. Next time I pop back on, I'm gonna jump on to Metro. Now that we've beaten Shadow Lords in this game on the normal difficulty, we will be pursuing to beat it on the harder difficulties as we come back and play the game from time to time. We'll probably do a couple online matches sometime in the near future, but I haven't had much time. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, there's a lot of topics that I want to cover today that I thought might be fun. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. So I'm going to do this. So I still haven't seen this yet. Alright. I know that the state of play happened a couple days ago, and I still haven't seen it yet. I know that Silent Hill 2's gameplay footages are on there, and I'm curious to see what that game's gonna look like right now, because the last trailer that came out a while back did not look very impressive to me. So I'm really hoping that they're coming out swinging pretty hard with this game. Because this game really needs to be good. Like, it really needs to be. It's such a huge monument in gaming landscape, and for a remake not to be a good version, like not to be great, especially this game, you know, this game really needs a win. Honestly, the Silent Hill franchise has been like badly abused, and it really needs a win. So I really want to see if there is some opportunity for this game to be better than, you know, what I've seen in the past. Let's go ahead and switch over to this audio system. Before we do that, we're gonna take like a 5-minute break here, and then once we get back, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back. We are going to go ahead and begin the state of play. Bring down the volume a little bit. Yup. Use you. Use you. Sure. Battery up top. What are they starting out with?
I'm Asad Kizilbash, head of product at PlayStation Studios and head of PlayStation Productions. I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord, last year, and today
I think I know much about this game at all.
they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy.
Sounds like a hero shooter. So I'm guessing that PlayStation's gonna play really reserved this year because they've got a huge lead in the market right now. And with Xbox exploding on itself, they probably don't need to do much. Which is kind of a shame, honestly. This looks like a hero shooter. Personality? Definitely wacky character designs.
It wasn't the plan. It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then... That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue...
Why does this kind of like give me Guardians of the Galaxy vibes for some reason? Kind of does seem like a spoof, doesn't it?
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
I'm pretty sure this is a hero shooter. Not the one that's supposed to compete with Overwatch or Valorant or whatever shooters that are out there.
Copy that, Bill.
Well played. You're wounded.
Fine. They only got one of my legs.
How are those hands?
Yeah.
How bad is it? You're still mad at me?
Lennox!
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Got it.
I am developing a taste for destruction. Goodbye.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us. Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
One off. Do not dare.
Well, we were supposed to stick together.
If you let go, I swear I will bring
Oh,
vengeance.
look, there they are.
Hi. What the? I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
I knew this was gonna work.
This wasn't the plan.
Well, it just wasn't the one we started with. All right, another satisfied customer. Goods delivered. I send everyone their cut.
Ooh, yay.
So do you, like, carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less
We'll
scaffolding.
have no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
Definitely a hero shooter. I will admit it's got a charming cast.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy. In Concord, from the moment you log on, you're part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
This is like
free gunning.
Outlaw Company, or whatever they call that, Rogue Company.
And we don't take
the typical 5v5 multiplayer shooter.
A free gunner means, well, you're free.
Right on target. Yeah, you better run.
Yep, it's exactly what I thought it was. This market is getting super like popular right now. Very oversaturated. But as long as the game is good, that's all that matters. Man, it looks nice. Like visually, it's very appealing. It looks very Overwatchy too.
Why not?
And right now, Overwatch has like totally lost its market. So there's a wide open market for it right now. It's the perfect time to compete against it.
Finally, to battle. Endless rage.
Now the big thing is, if this is a PlayStation exclusive, it won't do well. But if it's a multi-platform game, it has a real shot at pulling Overwatch's crowd over to it.
This crew will go anywhere. Take any job. Face any enemy. We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
I gotta admit, the gameplay actually looks pretty slick. It's a pretty looking game. Problem with like hero shooters is balance is such a fucking pain in the ass.
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to make a tight, well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes every fight, every matchup feel really different.
Leaning into the asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of two different characters colliding. It's all about creating opportunities for improvisation. That's where we can get out of the way and let
I gotta admit, this character looks kind of fucking sick. The way she was dodging like that, that's pretty dope.
Combat. Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can set up and plan ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
We've got everything from mystics and medics to gunslingers and sparked robots. Every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging perspectives.
Definitely put a lot of work into the art style. Like, it looks pretty. It's a pretty looking game.
Vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
That's actually kind of cool. I actually kind of like that.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch on August 23rd, 2024.
PS5 and PC, so Xbox it's cut out of the market. I would say that that's still a mistake, despite it being like a PlayStation 5 kind of like quote-unquote exclusive, semi-exclusive. Despite there being a PC platform, you know, cutting out the other market. I know that Xbox is their competition, but you'd still want as many people playing this game as possible. God of War Ragnarok coming to PC finally. I just bought the game on my PS4, PS5.
Reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person.
So, the actor that plays Thor in Ragnarok, I can't watch this trailer because I don't want anything spoiled for me with Ragnarok. But the actor that plays Thor in Ragnarok is the same actor that plays Beta in Walking Dead. Yeah, same actor. Yeah. No, he's also in Sons of Anarchy as well. That's where I first saw him in that one.
When it burns me.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
We have guests! They're too fast! Look out!
Is that?
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary.
Yeah, but I'm not paying attention.
Not because it is written.
But, yeah. I mean, this is definitely a game I'll have to get around to playing at some point in time. I hear this game's just amazing from what everyone tells me. Although I hear that Sony right now just pissed off a lot of people with this game right now. Remember that the whole scandal with Helldivers and the network blocking? They just did it again. They did it with God of War now. And it's a single player game that has no online connectivity.
Soldiers and officials alike oppress the people for personal gain. And the people must turn.
This is a Dynasty Warriors game. This has got to be another Omega Force. It's Dynasty Warriors. It's another Dynasty Warrior game.
Perhaps this is heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land.
It does seem like a different kind of like the art style is the same, but there's something about this presentation that does not feel like a Dynasty Warriors game. I wonder if they're taking it into a new direction. No, it's still very much Dynasty Warriors. Whoa, this is, oh wow, they significant. They made it very, whoa, this looks totally different. Oh, I'm loving this actually. This actually looks dope as shit. I was a big fan of the original Dynasty Warriors games, like Dynasty, quote unquote original. I'm talking about Dynasty Warriors 4 and shit like that. It's not really original, but I loved them back on the PlayStation 2 and shit like that. They were great. But my issue with Dynasty Warriors as a franchise is that it never really like, evolved. It was the same fucking game, just slightly improved. Like, it was basically like them just rehashing the same stuff all the time.
I think I was dreaming.
The last time I had fun with it was with like Empires and Extreme Legends, and I was done after that. But I'm not gonna lie, that actually looked pretty good. The gameplay looked significantly improved.
So, are you ready for it? We're ready. Ready.
Definitely not my marketed game, but definitely cutesy wootsy. You get to play as a cat now. A walking cat. Yeah, cats are very popular right now. very cutesy wootsy game. A lot of cute animals. No. I'm not even sure exactly what this game is. It looks like it's some kind of weird open world simulator.
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity awaiting you?
Oh, it looks like we finally kind of getting somewhere, maybe? I don't know.
Stars. Shields. I have seen the miracles you so claim. Until the towering shadows vanished into the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all
No idea what
that
this
came
is.
were inferior shades.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
War.
Kind of looks like another like Dark Souls style game. Like an Elden Ring competitor.
Essences shall not fall into your treacherous hands.
Combat looks pretty sick. A lot of dynamic cameras going on there.
Grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above.
It looks pretty cool. Definitely another like Elden Ring competitor, kind of a Dark Souls competitor of some kind.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
I'm betting that they're gonna save Silent Hill for the very end. Ballad of Antara. Actually looks pretty cool. I would be interested in that game. Combat looked pretty sick, but it still didn't give me a lot of insight into what the game is, but at the very least, that'd be pretty cool.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse.
A VR game.
But I was a fool.
Developers of the Saints and Sinners, huh?
There's no hope.
Which I hear is fantastic. Definitely kind of want to get my hands on someday if I were ever to play VR.
Thirst for death.
Not gonna lie, that grappling hook kind of item is pretty cool. Oh damn.
The poison in my veins begs me to kill.
I'll put you in the ground.
Damn, combat in this actually looks pretty fucking sick.
The power of our God is immeasurable.
Thought I could be a hero. But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands.
Damn, that was pretty gruesome. I'm not gonna lie, this actually looks fucking sick.
Only monsters do.
Bet it's like only a 3 or 4 hour long game though. I bet it's super short. That's one of the big problems with VR games, is that they're not very lengthy. Oh, a VR version of Alien Isolation? Could be a new Alien Isolation game. Alien Rogue Incursion. I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little cheap. It doesn't look very good. The animations look pretty rough. It looked kind of, eh.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation. Starting with
honestly, in my opinion, I don't think they've made a great Alien game since
on PS5.
Isolation. I did hear that Dark Descent was pretty good though. There was a strategy game called Dark Descent that came out recently. It's a budget game. Yeah, but Alien Isolation was scheduled to have a sequel, but it got canceled because the first game didn't sell very well.
All realities converge here.
It was a very good game.
Destiny awaits.
I think scores were a little too unfavorable towards it. It may have been, you know, a little repetitive, but I think that the structure of the game and the atmosphere of the game was really well done.
Stronger together.
We got ourselves another MOBA game. Another hero shooter. That's the big trend right now. Hero shooters and Battle Royale. So we got ourselves another hero shooter. Team synergy kind of games. And right now these are very popular because Overwatch has left open a huge market. I'm not gonna lie, seeing like Venom and Spider-Man on a team like this is pretty fucking cool. But this looks straight up like, this looks literally the exact same thing as Overwatch. I'd probably be more interested in this considering it's a Marvel properties. The art style's pretty cool though. Marvel Rivals.
Okay, let's see how mankind has conquered space.
So they have a female Galactica that literally looks like fucking what's her face in Overwatch. It looks like Overwatch, just with Marvel characters. I'd be more interested in that game, honestly, but it doesn't intrigue me enough. Got another Dark Souls style game. This is definitely another thing that's popular among single player games, which I don't have a problem with. I actually think these are cool as shit, but these are definitely very trendy right now. And they become very trendy because of like Elden Ring and Dark Souls. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, this looks sick. Art style is really fucking cool too. I always loved like seeing like Hong Kong films that like had battle sequences in Where the Wind Meets. I always loved watching Hong Kong films where they had battle scenes in Bamboo Forest. It's just such a like cinematic,
friends and fans.
An iconic scenery.
I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Oh, this must be the remaster of Until Dawn.
Nice one.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Oh, you're going down. Oh!
I will say this much. This remaster does actually look like a noticeable improvement. However, the original game looks still very good by today's standard. I think that this was not needed.
Just going out there.
It doesn't say it is.
Make this one trip we will never forget.
I just think they cleaned up the models and the lighting a little bit more. But honestly, I just think that the original game still holds up really well. I mean, the visual upgrade between the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5 has not been that much. It's been, you know, it's been pretty good, but it's not huge.
Right here until dawn.
Honestly, it's just them reselling a great package that they had before. They just want to make more money off of this. It's a Skyrim thing, yeah. Sell a great product that's already been doing really well for, you know, $60 all over again, or $70, and I'm guessing. I would not be okay if they sold this for $70. I don't know yet. PS5 and PC. So they're moving it outside. That's the big announcement. Is that it's basically moving outside of PC now, out of PC now. So it's no longer a console exclusive anymore. Yeah, that's the big selling point. I will admit this much about this showcase is that I appreciate the fact that they're not wasting time. They're just showing you everything. No yapping. That's my biggest problem with like Xbox showcases is I have to see so many fucking people yap to actually see shit like that I want to see, which is just the games. I don't want to see the developers yapping at me unless it's really pivotal to what I need to know. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times when I watch like Xbox showcases, I'm actually getting to know the developers more than their actual video game. I feel like the interviews are more about them than it is about the game. It just kind of bothers the hell out of me. A lot of times I just think to myself, why don't you just shut up and show me the game now? You know?
I must be the one to face this nightmare.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
Does he look like Count Dracula?
Do it alone.
Couch co-op. Maybe you and I might like this game. Yeah. It's a game called Path of Exiles. It's a top-down asymmetric combat game. It's got crossplay. Wow. I think we might like this game. Got couch co-op and you can even, oh, here we go, Silent Hill 2.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
I don't know why, but the models don't look great.
Lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
Yeah, that looks better.
I'm not lying.
I don't know what it is, but Angela looks really fucking weird. James looks fine. He looks okay, but Angela, I'm not so sure. She looks really weird.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Okay, so let's take a look. So we're seeing some gameplay here. See, this looks a lot better. Gameplay-wise, this looks a lot better.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
Okay. Alright, there's a lot more impact to the firearms this time around.
No, please.
Oh, no, don't leave it there. You really need to show more right now. Yeah. Okay, that's why they only showed a little bit, because they're gonna have... yeah, Silent Hill is gonna do... Konami's doing their own transmission for the game. They want to do their own, like, official Silent Hill YouTube channel showcase. So they're basically teasing people to go check it out, which is on May 30th, at the end of this month. Or it's already happened. Wait. Following... No, it says following immediately. So 31st. Wait, what? You can probably go watch it then. Okay, we'll have to find it. Well, let's go back and take a look at what we saw so far. Oh, no. I'm not gonna lie, Angela does not look good. She looks terrible. Look at this model. She looks awful. Her hair doesn't look great. The thing about Angela's design in the original game is that she looks fucking creepy. And this one, this just looks like an ordinary woman. And the gameplay looks like it's significantly improved. Audio design being the major component of it. Okay. Can I get like a really close-up shot or somewhere? Here we go. So this is what Angela should be looking like, honestly. That. She's still recognizable. She still looks like Angela. But the thing is that Angela looks so much more creepy in the original game. She looks like somewhere in between, like, you know, creepy but average at the same time. But in this one, she looks like Velma. She looks like fucking Velma, like from Scooby-Doo. And I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it. It's not the end of the friggin' world. It's not the end of the world. The character designs, as long as it's well acted and well written, not gonna be the end of the world. But I do think that they've mishandled the design of this character and the reapproach that they wanted to do. I think that this was a mistake. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this game. I've got a really bad feeling about Silent Hill 2.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
So my major complaint with the gameplay in the original game, or not in the original game, in the last trailer that we saw, the gameplay trailer, was that there was no impact on anything. All the weapons and all the attacks looked really, really, like, underwhelming, and it had no oomph to it. And that looks like that's something they've been able to address, where I was just thinking to myself, like, if this is like pre-alpha footage, and why the fuck are you showing it then? But apparently the game is like pretty far along, like it's nearly done.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
But we'll see.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
Look at that, just... Yeah, if I remember, yeah, my wife just mentioned that, like, she sounds a lot older in this one compared... In the original... Yeah, in the original, she sounds a lot younger, like almost like she's 16 because she's like mentally stunted. That's the whole thing. I don't think that Angela's supposed to be a child. I think she's supposed to be 20. Is she actually 16? I don't remember. Let's see here. But I do know that the whole component of her, like her mental her mental state of mind has to do with the abuse that she endures from her family. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Well, I think what it is that because I don't see anything that retains that about her age, but you know, I was like, here, let's just look up age. No, she, well, let's see here. There's a lot of conflicting reports. Yeah. So it's hard to say because they don't actually confirm it. It's meant to actually be vague. So it's meant to make it look like she's supposed to look like she's a younger middle-aged woman, or like a younger woman, like early, like mid-20s or early 30s. But the reality of it is that's supposed to be that she's supposed to be young. But the whole reason why they keep it vague and in the dark is because they're trying to create a contrast. That is, there's the appearance of her, there's the behavior of her, and there's the truth that is meant to be not seen. It's not meant to be known. So that way, the the most important element is her abuse and her trauma, which is why she was called to the town in the first place. So by doing this design, because they decide to make her look so much younger,
With it, I think you should stay away.
by her looking so much younger, she looks like a 19-year-old.
Maybe.
And in doing so, what they've done is undercut the narrative structure. She does look young. She looks super young. Now that I'm looking at it, she looks like a 19-year-old, like 19, 20 maybe at most. And that actually undercuts that contrast that you need in the story, which is meant to like make you think again. That's why she looks like Velma to me. Because she looks like a young girl, as opposed to like showing the element of there's supposed to be an emotional contrast as we as the viewer, because our first impression of her is so important.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
I will say this much. They definitely made James look a lot better in this, but his hair is a lot brighter, which I don't have a problem with, but I did like the original design of his hair looking more darkly rooted, because it adds this little contrast to his design, but I don't think it looks bad.
I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, his hair is a lot brighter in this one. Let's take a look. James in the original game. James Sunderland. No, he has very bright hair. Yeah, I remember it being blonde. I just don't remember how bright it was, but it was very bright in the original game. It's very bright in the original game. I think it's very bright. I think that the reason why I think it looks so darkly rooted is because of the CGI model they used in the original like first half of the game, and so it looks that design stood out to me. But I really liked the way that he looked in this game, or in this reveal trailer, where his hair looked a lot darker, and I think that it just added to a certain like design element that made him look a lot more interesting. But that's fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal. But Angela's design is really important. They can't screw that one up. It's part of her, the whole element that makes her so, it's the part of the first impression that you get of her that is so important to the game. Also, the voice acting has not been impressing me so far.
You shouldn't be here.
And I'm not being overly critical because I really am looking to be critical because it's a Silent Hill game. I'm just thinking about my first impressions of it right now. That's pretty cool. Gameplay wise, this is looking much more impressive. Combat's looking pretty simple, but when you drop into a melee strike, there is more impact that I appreciate. There's that camera shake audio that kicks in whenever you strike something. That's pretty nice.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
The bolt action, the audio design right now is pretty good, so I'm a little concerned. This is definitely spreading off some red flags to me about the game right now.
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store.
I think this
for
very
their
well could
celebrated
shelf
franchise.
Silent Hill all
Today,
over
I am
again.
so excited
If they
to
don't get
share
this game
the
right,
first
it
full
could put
gameplay
Silent Hill
trailer
back on the
for
shelves
Monster
again.
Hunter Wilds.
This franchise really needs some love, and it really needs to land like it needs to land a 9 out of 10 kind of level. It really needs one.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great.
You bet.
Is this a Final Fantasy game?
I hope we find them soon.
Oh, Capcom game. Okay. Maybe it's a Monster Hunter. Yeah, it's Monster Hunter. What is it, Wilds now?
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big
I've never played
before.
any of the Monster Hunter games ever.
It's got big spikes on its back.
I know Monster Hunter World like changed Monster Hunter forever and made it like a true AAA game. This is a really pretty fucking game though, I'm not gonna lie. Damn.
Now to lead it away from the pack.
If its face wasn't so ugly, I think that thing would be really cute. But look at that big fluff ball. He's just coming at you like a giant fluff ball. What I'm impressed by is how many of the monsters in this game are so fucking furry. Like, look at their coats move around like that dynamically. It's pretty cool. Really should give this series a shot someday. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually pretty sick. Like weapon transformations of some kind.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
So it looks like my interpretation of Monster Hunter World is that it didn't really have much of a story. It's more like just drop in, drop out kind of experience. Looks like this one they're adding like an actual like story. I don't know shit about Monster Hunter World overall because I never engaged with the game. So my interpretation, my envisionment of the game is that it must be just like simply drop in, drop out, and just meet at a hub. Very, you know, neutral story. Not much going on overall in the world. But this one looks totally different. We got a Wally game. It's not Wally, but it's a PlayStation version of a Wally game. This must be a PlayStation exclusive. It's literally those PlayStation. Yeah, it is. It's a PlayStation. It's a PlayStation exclusive because you're gonna need that DualSense controller. It's an experience game where it's meant to like simulate the whole controller vibe. I'm surprised that they're actually releasing a game like this so late in the PlayStation 5's ecosystem, like in its current lifespan. I'm surprised that they're releasing an experience heavy game like this, which honestly I'm a little like, I would definitely think I might play a game like this because as much as it's not my style of game, it's very like Mario-esque. To have like my controller like show me that the full DualSense experience, I would be curious to try it out. And currently, like the DualSense isn't really utilizing all of those physical capabilities that it's got that makes it so unique. I would say that if this game had come out at the very beginning as a launch title, obviously, you know, they've probably been working on this for a while, and it looks pretty clean. But if they had released this as a launch title, probably done very well. It's literally a PlayStation 5 simulator. It's kind of a little ridiculous, honestly. For a minute there, I thought those eyelids were boobs. Astrobot. They're definitely playing it very safe with this reveal. They're not showing any big games right now.
Be sure to visit PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
That's the end of it. Yeah, they really played it very reserved, and the fact that they decided to end it on Astro Boy or Astrobot, I would say is a kind of a mistake. I would say they should probably ended it on Monster Hunter Wild instead, 'cause it's just a bigger title. But it's fine. Ultimately, in the end, yeah, I would have flipped these around. As a matter of fact, I would have put Astrobot at the very beginning of this showcase. I think that they may have mishandled that, but it's fine. Not a lot went down. Overall, pretty reserved showcase, you know, this time around, which is what I would expect them to do considering Xbox's blunder currently. Not that I'm rooting for one or the other, you know, it's just, you know, the nature of the industry, and I'm worried about the industry overall. I think that a lot of favorites in the industry and a lot of games are about to become very homogenized. There's going to be a very like formula. We're going to see like the Ubisoftification of games, where every game is going to be like a formula instead of like actual like experiences. I'm really worried about that. But we'll see what happens. And I'm particularly disappointed with the showcase for Silent Hill. I think that they really need to wow people right now. I think what's probably hurting it is the bad marketing. I think the marketing team is doing a really poor job at Konami. And I think that they need complete restructure and refocus with the game. They need to focus more on the story, focus heavily on the acting. The acting bits that I've seen so far has not been impressing me at all for a game that has incredible acting. Like, it may be a little ham-high, but it gets the atmosphere across in the original game. Like, you feel uncomfortable the whole way through. So I'm a little concerned about that. Gameplay wise, it definitely looks like they improved on Silent Hill 2's gameplay, but yeah, I'm not sure yet. It doesn't look like, it looks inferior to like Resident Evil 4, for example, since they're basically trying to, you know, copy them. So I don't know. It's hard to say exactly, but we'll see what happens. Yes. No, I just turned it off because it was cold. All right. Let's cover this topic real quick here. I'm gonna put on a little bit of the issue real quick. Here we go. This is some KI news that came from Maximilian. Let's check it out real quick and see what the topic is about. I'm imagining. Of course, I'm gonna get hit with this stupid ad. Yeah. Just gotta wait for this thing to pass.
There were some people that worked at Smash GG before. Microsoft picked up Smash GG, which is like the big tournament database, record site / organizational, all that kind of stuff for fighting games. And there's a pretty crazy story from a Smash GG employee that closely ties into some of the efforts that we had back in the exact same time frame, maybe giving an indication of where Killer Instinct is at now. And I think, like, I'm probably one of the very few that can talk about this on public record just based on the stuff that I know from the game's development back in the day to, you know, just based on how a lot of devs at Microsoft sort of think and where they're at now. To sort of shed some light on this. Oh,
that's right. I totally forgot. Killer Instinct is a Microsoft property. And after what Microsoft just did to, like, to that that development studio, it's very unlikely that they would invest into a fighting game right now, because they just bought Activision Blizzard and they spent a fuckload of money and they can't afford to lose any more, or like, you know, shell out any more income at this point. They need to start making money back from the revenue that they've they need to start making money back from all the investments that they've been putting out, especially with how expensive Activision Blizzard was. So the only thing that they're probably going to be producing in the future is Warzone, free-to-play content that is very, like, you know, appealing to a mass market. More Call of Duty games. It's very unlikely that they're going to invest into a new fighting game at this point in time, because it's not to say that it wouldn't be profitable, it just wouldn't be profitable enough because of how much money they invested into that partnership. It's very risky and very competitive, especially right now with the fighting game market. The fighting game market is very competitive right now. It's still got more room for people to be a part of, but I think KI is not going to get a sequel now that I'm thinking about it. I totally forgot that it was a Microsoft-owned product, which kind of, that blows.
It's a pretty crazy story. It came from Contra on Twitter, talking about how recently got laid off, I'm thinking from Smash GG. They were discussing the fact that there were a lot of things that went right and wrong at Smash GG, Start GG over the years. Can't stop lingering how there was one event called Sajam's Lockout, which is something that did not exist, and that drove him insane. How 1 year after Microsoft acquired the platform and brought everyone on board as official Microsoft employees, things were really good. They were investing in the product, mostly a rebrand, but they wanted to put some money into a few DAU driving initiatives. Okay, cool. So it's like the guy that drove the ship at Microsoft initially was great. He knew the original team, knew more than anyone else about the community and the product, so he just let people do what they do. Cool. That kind of sounds like how Sony approached Evo, right? Just for comparison's sake, like let them do their thing still. Let the show run itself by the people that usually run the show. Yeah, okay, sounds good. After a lengthy onboarding and getting used to everything, everyone on the original Smash GG team was given an opportunity to pitch a project that's going to drive their daily active users. That's what the AU is. For example, this is when we really invested in fantasy on the platform. In the spring of 21, it was his idea when everyone was brought in on net play in games and lacked rollback netcode was being clowned on. You know, this is 2021. This is like the early rise of rollback netcode, especially when the pandemic was in the height of all of its crazy bullshit. His idea was to put on a tournament that bridged all the different gaps, and he knew just the game, which was KI. So this guy had some faith that, hey, KI is a pretty popular game. It's had a resurgence in the past few years in some minor way. Why was KI a good call at this point? Well, because Killer Instinct was in a fairly decent spot. There was a campaign that I ran in 2019 called hashtag Bring Back KI. This was a Twitter campaign that effectively got worldwide trending in the first like 24 hours, the first month that we were putting effort into it. This is 5 years ago, chat. A couple years later, hosted a tournament, but I
do remember hearing about this. I do remember Max doing this whole thing with Bring Back KI and trying to make an initiative for it. I don't think it's going to happen now. I think it's very unlikely now.
2019 that, yeah, actually Killer Instinct is one of like the top 5, top 10 best fighting games ever. Like a lot of people just feel this way about it. I think I can emphatically say this was 5+ years ago, and I kept honestly, a lot of the folks that made KI,
now that I've played obviously. KI, I would still say it's got to be top 5 fighting games of all time right now, because it's just such a clean product. It's so good. It's got ton of content, ton of things to do, great online infrastructure, great system mechanics. It's just a really deep, fun fighting game. Definitely for a game that started out as a free-to-play fighting game, came a long ways, and I'm very late to the party. It's a damn shame, in my opinion, that it was an Xbox exclusive. Because of that, I think that the game would have blown up a lot bigger than what it is now. And now that it is effectively locked behind as an IP for Xbox itself and Microsoft, I don't see a possibility that they're going to be making a sequel anytime soon, let alone another project revolving around Killer Instinct anytime soon. It's not to say that it wouldn't be profitable, it's just not going to be Fortnite profitable. It's not going to be Warzone profitable. That's what they want.
But a lot of the folks that made KI moved to other departments. Microsoft shifted around a whole bunch in this time frame. Most of the teams and squads that were put together to make Killer Instinct got just siphoned into other divisions. The big heads, the big executive heads, everybody was just off doing completely different things now. And it felt like at the time, Killer Instinct was effectively lost to time. One of the things that procced this was that I went to E3 2019, the last E3, and at that E3,
you know, thinking back on this,
enlightening
they did do a recent update to KI for gameplay balance reasons. The game still is here, and there's still people to play with. Like I played against, literally just earlier today, I was just playing against a handful of people online, and there's still people to play with. There's still a community. You can still play this game.
It seemed like, hey, we need to get this game back into the eyes and ears of people that are like, you know, up in the higher echelon.
It may be a smaller community than the newer fighting games out there, but at least this game still exists, and you can still enjoy it. It's still multi-platform, cross-platform, accessible to everyone.
Development had ceased, right? 2 years
except for PlayStation, of course, which is still, you know, sucks.
Done. And most of my
luckily I can play it on PC, so that's great.
Oh, there isn't a new Killer Instinct. Like, you would think that Microsoft would have obviously gotten the idea and just passed the baton along, coming up with solutions and stuff like that, but unfortunately, no. And there's a lot of reasons behind that. In 2019, there just was no devs. Long story short, that procced Bring Back KI, where it's like, okay, I get it. This is how this industry works. The only thing we can do, similar to other projects in the future, we just got to make enough noise.
And I can see that. I can see that being the case where
like, hey,
the reason why they haven't made another KI is because there's no one that's willing, there's no studio that's willing to take up that mantle right now. There's no studio that feels confident about taking on making a fighting game, you know, making a fighting game, because there's very few fighting game development studios that are out there. Because fighting games are very, very, very difficult to make. They're not just difficult to animate, they put a lot of work into not only balance and structure and lore and experience. Fighting games are really hard to make. They're one of the most difficult genres to make in general.
This dude's like, hey man, maybe we should
it's easy to fuck up fighting games.
Really good game to begin this sort of like, you know, journey on Smash GG, which is also a Microsoft thing now, because of course that makes sense. It was perfect. KI was then on Game Pass, brand new on Game Pass. It had rollback.
But with Xbox's resources, not just Xbox, but Microsoft's resources, they could find a studio. They could.
And got approval to reach out to Sajam to be the brand and to do the work on running it. They were given about $3,000, which was the caveat. They split that between marketing. Sajam put some more money for the pot. Before we move on to how this changes, I go a couple of years personally as well, and I'm like, hey man, it's been a couple of years since this KI thing has happened, bro, since we did this hashtag KI campaign, and there has been no audible sound in the industry that this franchise is moving forward in some way, which is like a travesty. We ran a tournament. We ran this tournament called Killer Instinct Twitch Rivals hashtag Bring Back KI tournament 2 years later. And this was a follow-up to our crazy Marvel vs. Capcom tournament. And
I did actually see this tournament, and it was fucking cool. Like, it was super cool.
All of the Killer Instinct community together in one area.
It wasn't just like it wasn't just great to watch players play, but like Max doing his production stuff going on and all his little skits in between is like a prime example of like why those tournaments are so fun to watch. I enjoy watching community run tournaments a lot if they put in the same work that Max did, because it's just really, it's a great breath of fresh air and a fun way to approach like
a game that has been dead for a long
fighting
time
game, like tournaments in general and competitions,
where it was like, damn dude, look at all these people that showed up just to celebrate Killer Instinct in some way. The best players in the world showing up here, the best players in the world showing up there. It was amazing. And this went down at the beginning of 2021, the beginning of 2021. Bringing us back to the story. Numbers came back, things were looking good, successfully brought the users up. Hope was we could draw a partnership with Sajam, either to run a series that rotates rollback-enabled titles or to just keep running KI since it's a Microsoft property. Another important thing to note, the only reason that Marvel tournament and the KI tournament happened, which were officially sanctioned tournaments, right? We could not run Twitch Rivals events without effectively the blessing of Marvel Capcom for Marvel 3 and Microsoft for KI. The only reason we kind of got it, I'm thinking, is because I knew the right people to get a hold of. For some reason, some months later in the spring of the same year after we ran A really big KI tournament that got a lot of heads and attention, and a Twitter campaign a couple years back that got a lot of heads and attention. The tournament doesn't happen. The next week, the boss schedules a meetup for the dude that's going to run this KI event, relatively small, and it's with Microsoft Game Studios, and they want us to never do anything like that again. They told me they didn't want to make anyone think they were working on a sequel, and that a Microsoft...
No fucking shot. Are you shitting me? Why would they fucking do that?
Is because I knew the right people to get a hold of. For some reason, some months later in the spring of the same year after we ran a really big KI tournament that got a lot of heads and attention, and a Twitter campaign a couple years back that got a lot of heads and attention, the tournament doesn't happen. The next week, the boss schedules a meetup for the dude that's going to run this KI event, relatively small, and it's with Microsoft Game Studios, and they want us to never do anything like that again. They told me they didn't want to make anyone think they were working on a sequel, and that a Microsoft-sponsored event on StartGG could justify those theories. It didn't make any sense to any of us either, but the idea... the concept was dead, just like that. All I gotta say...
So basically what ended up happening was that Microsoft doesn't want people bitching them out. So I've always said this in the past. There is no such thing as good PR. Like, there used to be a common statement, you know, from a long time that, you know, good PR can swing both ways. You can, if you have bad PR, it's still... any attention is good attention. So if you have bad PR, it's still good PR because you're still getting people, you know, to hear about the brand and your name, even if it sucks. That does not hold float anymore today. PR teams are fucking so sick and tired of getting bad press, and there is no greater example of this than Xbox. Like, Xbox is not only getting shelled out for their bad PR that they're dealing with now, but also back when the Xbox One was first announced, they never properly recovered from that. They suffered not only sales, but investors started pulling out at that point in time. So, Xbox has been playing catch up ever since then. So bad PR has a meaningful effect, and that's why they don't want people talking about KI right now. It's because they don't want people to know about, hey, we're not working on another project, and we don't want people getting the idea in their head that we are working on one only to be disappointed. And not only that, we don't want people talking about another fucking KI in general. The more people are talking about it, the more bad PR it is for us, because now we have to deal with this bullshit. And we are now currently already dealing with the acquisition of Blizzard, of Activision Blizzard. So, you know, we're already in enough hot water as it is. Granted, this shit happened long before this conversation ever happened, but that's definitely on their mind now. That's definitely the case. They're never gonna acknowledge it now. They want this shit as far down the road as possible, which is why they're not gonna work on another KI. You know, it's just they don't want to deal with any more bullshit right now.
Is that this lines up. There's a lot of stuff happening around this time frame. Everything that I understand, and there's been rumors around this time that they were fishing overseas as well for a developer. No kidding. Like, potentially Bandai Namco, other devs could have been ones that could have actually taken KI, and they just couldn't find anybody. So why in this time frame is it obvious that in 2021 somebody at MS doesn't want to give the idea that we're making a new KI, which is ridiculous? It's because they don't have a dev, and they've probably been bugged about this a whole bunch, and they're like, we don't have a developer, you know? It's weird that they wouldn't want to cultivate their fan base in some way, run events and have their little game that could still perform and keep performing better than most things.
Again, people would just be pestering them. They're just going to keep bothering them about making another game, and they don't want to deal with it. It's as simple as that, because bad PR fucking sucks, and especially sucks in today's society because everyone's so overly, you know, so interconnected with the internet that when you get railed by bad PR, it fucking sucks. It really does.
Long story short, there is no dev for KI, there is no KI being made. Just more bad news from Microsoft of them not having any clue what to do with their franchises. They have absolutely no idea what to do with their franchises that have done well for them in the past. A lot of people are taking this as a sign that, like, oh, modern KI is going through a resurgence in some way.
I'm also going to be quite frank. I think that a large component of this has to do with the fact that no no one at Microsoft actually cares or values these particular franchises. The only franchises that they're interested in is the ones that make them money, or the ones that have new ventures to grow into different kinds of monetization. Like right now, like meeting their investors' needs is more important, especially with their recent acquisition and all the shit that's been happening.
They got Iron Galaxy back. They're available. They're no longer working on Rumbleverse, right? Clearly, that's a sign that things are different now. They're putting in money into tournaments. There is a new trailer. Look at this trailer, man. Look at it. This trailer's amazing. They have a new trailer and everything.
Wow, Dan.
Come on
How'd
now.
you get your tires so shiny?
Get out of my face, advertisement. I don't need you in my life. Give it a couple seconds. It shouldn't take very long for this thing to wrap up, but I really do think that Microsoft is like the changing that's happening out in Microsoft is industry changing, because Microsoft has their hands in so many different IP products that a lot of these games like KI are just not going to see the light of day for a long time. Fortunately, we still have the original KI, and it's still accessible to the public, and it's not locked to just Xbox alone. You can at least get it on PC. So that's I'm grateful enough for that. But it would be great to see a sequel, or at least an announcement of them working on a sequel, even if it isn't very far along. But I think that it's not just the developers that they're just struggling to find, even though that would make sense, because having a development team that specializes for fighting games is really hard to find. But if Microsoft wanted to find a development studio, they would. They absolutely would be able to. They could even source their own. They're just not going to do it because it's not worth the investment, and it's especially not worth the investment after what has just happened now with the acquisition Activision. Where's that? There we go.
Trailer and everything. This recently dropped at the Combo Breaker tournament. You know, to highlight the fact that, hey, they have a 10th anniversary version of the game now. It's got a bunch of brand new free content. Working on Steam, it's cross-playing with everything. It's friggin' insane. No, I did not make this trailer. This is one of the few trailers for KI I did not make. So it's like, cool. This is one of the few trailers for KI I did not make.
Steam, Windows, which is the one I've been playing on, the free version of it. I will probably get the Game Pass version of the game so I can get the whole game, get the whole roster. I'm just basically fucking around with just the free version because it's accessible right now. And I'm a little stingy on my money. Have my priorities. So thank God for a free-to-play version that's available, so that way I can at least experience the beauty of the game and eventually move my way into it eventually.
So it's like, cool. That is cool that all this stuff is existing, right? It's very cool that all this stuff, this content is existing, but something really irked me about this entire thing, especially after what just happened over the span of the past couple of months, was a lot of the content that was in this game was free. And that sort of gave me a not so good inclination about the future of KI. You could take this and the tournament support and all that stuff, because clearly something is happening at Microsoft. Some people that really like KI at Microsoft are supporting it in some way with this anniversary collection. But recently Iron Galaxy dudes said that they're not working on it anymore. And also, this reeks of something that happens in this industry a lot, where they'll give you a little bit of a budget to see if people still care, to act as a test. And it's either you can see this as a sign of there being a new KI in the future, because this is all very different than this. It's all very different than what's going on here. It's the exact opposite of what's going on here. Now they're actually supporting this stuff in some way. But at the same time, we're now in the 30th anniversary of KI. We got this 10th anniversary update. Cool. This is all very cool. But the way that it was handled, in my opinion, makes it feel like this is not a sign of there being a new Killer Instinct.
And the reason for that is because, so what Max is talking about is that this is a common practice in the industry for video games in general. Especially noticeable in fighting games, because the fighting game market is super volatile. It's really hard to get a beat on it. And a large component of it comes down to the fact that a lot of people have mishandled fighting games in the past. And there was this huge time period that lasted for like a good 6 or 7, maybe almost 8 years. I can't remember the exact time frame, but it was like between when it was before Street Fighter 4 came around, but it was like shortly after Street Fighter 4 and many years before. So many years before Street Fighter 4 came out, and then like 2 or 3 years after Street Fighter 4, there was effectively no competition. It's more like 2 or 3 years, yeah, after Street Fighter 4, and there was like no competition on there. It was basically just Street Fighter 4 that was out there. It was basically the only like real successful fighting game that was really out there. But fighting games that were releasing at that time were selling very poorly. They were not doing very well, and this was at the time there was a lot of thoughts that fighting games are just not marketable and they're not mass appealing. So there were a lot of there's a lot of companies that felt like this isn't worth the venture. People are not interested in this. And then, you know, Street Fighter 4 came around, and that really revived the fighting game scene. But more importantly, it also showed people that were developing these games. There is a market here. People are interested in it at the casual level. There are plenty of people that would play these games and enjoy these games. So a lot of what would happen shortly after Street Fighter 4 was released is that a lot of fighting game developers, and particularly Capcom is mostly known for this, where they would release re-releases of an older game to see, oh, well, we don't know if this game's going to work, so let's re-release an old game and see if people are going to actually play it. And more often than not, they would charge like, you know, a budget version of the game, or maybe a $60 version of the game, by saying, we'll package it together with a collection of games. You know, it'll be a collection of fighting games. So pay us $60 to play, you know, 6 fighting games that are all bundled together. And most people wouldn't buy it. You know, it would sell well, but not sell well enough. They would make a profit probably, but not a large enough profit where the investors and the company heads would be like, well, I'm not so convinced about it. And the reason why it doesn't work is because the only people that are going to buy that shit are the people that are fans of it already. People that are interested in the legacy of those games. New players are not going to buy that game because it's not a new product and it's not a fully valued product. That's a big thing right now, is that making sure that if you're going to buy a new video game, it's worth its asking price. And so whenever you buy a collection of games or a legacy of a game for full price, you're going to be like, I don't really know, you know, that's an old game. Is there really anyone that's going to be playing that? And anyone that is playing that, they've been playing it for the last like 20 or 30 years. It's going to be incredible. I'm not going to play that. And that just becomes the case where people that only buy the game are just people that played it before. And that's a problem with that mentality. So in Max's mind, he's basically stating that that's probably what they're doing with KI right now, because they're releasing all this content for free. They're not monetizing any of it, so they're just saying, well, just have it, because we're just, you know, finished with this franchise for now.
In the near future, if you were to start a brand new project like a new Killer Instinct in this day and age, with this industry in its current state, with an entire studio that does not have a history of making fighting games or has made the previous KI, it's a 5 to 7 year project, bro. You'll be in like the next generation leading into the generation after that. It would be insane because everyone would have to learn everything all over again. It would be
He's
insane.
Right about that.
So the only devs that are out
he's
there
absolutely right about that.
Iron Galaxy. That's it. If this is the test and it doesn't work out and this doesn't actually push units of the game, you know, which is just, all this thing is telling you everything is free, just go play it. It's crazy to me how, again, Microsoft would take an existing franchise that has done super well in the past and has consistently performed for them over the span of 10 years to now ask people to show up again for the old thing, when what is everybody expecting here, right? Everybody's expecting the new Killer Instinct.
People are not going to buy the old product. As much as I may be a new player that joined recently with KI, I haven't even bought the new game. And the major component of the reason why is because I would like to buy the new game if that is the case and just enjoy this one. I'll probably buy it on, you know, get it on Game Pass sooner or later, probably later. But at this point in time, you know, I'm more than content with the free-to-play version. That's fine. But in this is where we go back to the major component of where is Microsoft's agenda? Where is Xbox's agenda? And when they shut down those studios, they told the world what their goal is. Their interest is not making profit. Their interest is making enormous profit. Fortnite profit. That's where their interest is, because the acquisition of Activision was so fucking expensive. They need to make money back. It cannot fly.
I was expecting, and we just assume, hey, there's...
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Breaking Bad, when Gus is like legitimately pissed off at Walter White and Jesse for not doing their jobs, because the investment into that business was so freaking expensive that he needed to make profit immediately. So every time that they didn't work, it made him fucking go off the rails, because he was like, I'm bleeding money here. I've invested way too much money, and I need to start making money back right now. You need to do your job. It's kind of what it reminds me of. That's effectively like Microsoft right now. Microsoft is like Gus freaking out at the studios.
There's a new KI in the background. Of course there is. You can't not have one. That would be insane, right? As we heard back in 2021, they did not want to give you that expectation. All I'm saying is that I still don't expect it. I'm in a spot where I see what's going on here, and I don't initially think of this as really good news about a new KI. I think of this as a sign. This is them effectively testing if their franchise is going to be doing something. And why is it over? Potentially because Microsoft is going through its biggest shakeup in like company history.
Yes.
At least at Xbox side. All things considered, I don't think it's a sign of a new KI. And if you want to support this in any way, you need to like just download and play the game. That's it. That's the only thing you can do. That's it, man. And there's still a ton of people playing it. There's still like plenty of people between all the different versions.
I mean, I've jumped on and I ran into like at least like 12 different people. 12 is not a lot, but in a fighting game terms, it does sound like a lot, because I never fought the same opponent over and over and over again. There's plenty of people rotating through it. I just didn't play it for very long online, but I enjoyed it.
Might actually start making games once again. I'm a little dour on the situation because I've been trying for so many years. I've been trying since 2019 to do everything I possibly can in order to get this shit up to a state where it's like, hey, how much more do we have to do to show you that people care? How much more do we have to do to do something like this?
There's nothing that anyone can do, and the reason why is because their agenda has changed. Their focus has changed,
and it's nuts that right now
Microsoft is not interested in making a new product that makes profit. They need more than that.
Iron Galaxy, who made the previous KI, who can make a game twice as fast as any other developer, and you also
and that's why
have,
I was nervous about these stories, because it's going to affect the industry as a whole. All of the industries are going to be doing this now.
The stars can align only so much for this franchise. It's rough, man. Like, hey, I'm a Marvel vs. Capcom fan. I have dealt with the worst of it all for the past like decade, man. I'll still support Killer Instinct in any way. Killer Instinct and Marvel vs. Capcom are my hero franchises. I'll do fucking anything for them. And I'll also bitch and moan up the mountain if things are not looking good. If anything changes in the future, I'll let you guys know. And hopefully you can go to Steam right now, or your Xbox or Windows or whatever, and just download the game. It's literally free.
Fun. Great video, but very sad to hear about. It is true. It is true. It's just the nature of the beast. Just the nature of the beast. All right. I think it's a good spot for us to take a break. I'm going to wrap up for the day. I might jump back on later tonight to play some Metro. It might be a little bit, like an hour or two from now. I'm not sure yet. It depends on my schedule. But we're gonna go from here. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I will catch you all at the next stream. And until then, sayonara.